A twist of fate. It was 2 days before Megan's wedding. She was busy with her fiancé, Alex, preparing for the big day. Her best friend Clara was there to support her, helping with the final touches. That morning, Megan's parents went out, and Megan went to meet her hairdresser. When she came back home and went to her room, she was shocked to see Clara and Alex sharing a passionate kiss. Alex pulled away, looking guilty. "Megan, I can explain." "Explain what? That this was just a mistake? That your lips accidentally found hers?" Megan's voice rose with each word. "Everything is over between us, Alex." "Megan, your parents have invested so much in this wedding. We can't just call it off," Alex pleaded. "I won't marry a cheater," Megan declared, turning and leaving the house. Clara looked away, guilt written all over her face. Megan, overwhelmed by the betrayal, ran out of the house. In the morning, she had been a happy bride-to-be, looking forward to her future with Alex. But now she was betrayed by the two people she trusted the most. She couldn't control herself, and tears fell down her cheeks as she wandered aimlessly. Megan wandered around until she found herself in a small cafe. She sat down, trying to compose herself, when she noticed a young man sitting alone, sipping coffee. On impulse, she walked up to him. "Hi, I'm Megan. Are you single?" she asked bluntly. The young man, surprised, replied, "Yes, I am. I'm David." "Would you like to make $100? Megan asked, desperation clear in her voice. David, intrigued, asked, "What's the catch?" "Marry me today, and I'll pay you the money tonight," Megan said. Before David could respond, Alex barged into the cafe. "Get away from my girlfriend," he shouted. David stood up, putting himself between Megan and Alex. "You don't deserve her," he said calmly. Megan, impressed by David's courage, took his hand and quickly left the cafe, while Alex angrily shouted, "Will you marry me?" Megan asked. "I will pay you for sure. Trust me." "Are you sure?" David asked. Megan nodded. David agreed to marry her. Within an hour, Megan and David were officially married. When Megan returned home with David, her parents were shocked and upset. They couldn't believe she had married a stranger so impulsively. "Megan, this is insane. You need to annul this marriage right away," her father demanded. "I won't do that," Megan replied firmly. "Alex betrayed me, and I won't marry him just because you spent money on the wedding." Her father looked furious. "If you walk out of this house now, you're on your own. No financial support from us." David stepped in. "Megan doesn't need your money. I'll take care of my wife." Moved by David's unexpected support, Megan left with him. As they drove away, she reflected on the whirlwind of events. Just that morning, she had been a bride who was about to have the most gorgeous wedding in town. Now she was with a stranger, unsure of how the evening would unfold. David decided to take Megan to his favorite place for their first lunch as a married couple. They ended up at a small, cozy place known for its simple but delicious meals. They laughed and talked, enjoying their time together, when suddenly Alex showed up. "What a sight," Alex sneered. "Megan, you left a rich guy like me for this poor kid, eating in this shabby place?" Megan stood up, facing Alex. "I left a cheater like you for someone who respects me," she said firmly. Alex laughed. "Good luck living in poverty." David, unfazed, smiled and said, "How about we settle this over dinner tonight? Join us at Le Grande Cafe." "Are you mad? Do you think they serve food for free?" Alex scoffed. "Just come, that's all," David replied calmly. Curious, Alex arrived at La Grande Cafe that evening with Clara. To his surprise, David and Megan were there to welcome them. Megan was anxious. "David, why are you doing this? I don't have any money. How can we manage to pay for dinner in this restaurant?" David smiled and excused himself for a moment. Meanwhile, the restaurant manager invited them to a reserved hall. "Where are all the people?" Alex asked, puzzled. "Mister, David reserved this entire place for today," the manager replied. At that moment, David, wearing an elegant suit, approached them. "Welcome to my restaurant," he said with a smile. Alex's jaw dropped. "What's happening here? You own this place?" David nodded. "This is just one of my restaurants. I own more. I wanted to show you that respect and character mean more than wealth." Clara stood there, speechless, while Alex looked utterly defeated. Megan, equally stunned, turned to David. "I can't believe this." David took her hand and said, "I wanted you to see who I really am. Money doesn't define a person, their actions do." Clara, feeling ashamed, muttered, "I'm so sorry, Megan." Megan looked at her with a mix of hurt and understanding. "I trusted you both, and you broke that trust, but now I've found someone who truly values me, thanks to you." David smiled. "Let's enjoy our meal." And so, they sat down to a meal that marked the beginning of a new chapter for Megan and David, one built on trust, respect, and genuine love.